place will be significant. For example, it is estimated that under current law, more than 3 million employees will experience a double-digit % increase in their health care premiums. Ultimately, cost increases for small employers will change their choices regarding offering coverage, could change their business model, and will ultimately be felt by millions of workers. Because the impact of current law will vary by state, defining the small group market should be left to the states, which is a policy envisioned in H.R. 1624. I'm pleased to say there's considerable support for this legislation in the House and Senate. And the flexibility that would be given to states with immediate passage of H.R. 1624 would help ensure stable small group health insurance markets that reflect the unique characteristics in each of the states. If Congress passes H.R. 1624, premiums will be lower and millions of employees and employers by letting them keep the plan they have and like. And this is a common sense policy that deserves our bipartisan support. With that, I yield the remainder of my time to the Vice Chairman of the Health Subcommittee, Mr. Guthrie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the committee holding this hearing on such an important issue. On January 1st, 2016, the definition of the small group market is set to change. And with that, millions of employers will see dramatic changes to their insurance coverage. Employers with 51 to 100 people will be suddenly thrust into a new insurance category with dramatically different mandates and benefit requirements. It would not be able to continue to offer their current plans. Not only would these hard-working employees no longer be able to keep their current coverage, but the new plans would be offered are likely to be significantly more expensive. In response to this looming threat, Congressman Cardenas, Mullen, and Congresswoman Sinema and I joined forces to introduce the PACE Act, which would stop the expansion of the small group definition. Our bill has the support of leading business organizations, which represent thousands of companies, many of which are family-owned, and millions of hard-working Americans from every congressional district. Our bill will allow states to determine their own group market size, just as they do today. This is a common-sense solution to a real and serious problem. Business owners face many challenges today, and this bill provides an opportunity to eliminate one major cause of uncertainty. H.R. 1624 has quickly picked up momentum. Today, we have more than half the House's co-sponsors and nearly 1/3 of the Senate. Support is wide-ranging and highlights that this is something we can all agree needs to be addressed. This bill is a chance to offer a solution, and I look forward to discussing this important issue today. I want to thank the subcommittee chairman, Mr. Pitts, for bringing this important legislation before the subcommittee. And I'd like to thank my co-authors for their help to advance this crucial legislation. And believe me, they put a lot of work into this and getting the co-sponsors we have, and I appreciate it. I yield back the balance of my time.
Chair, thanks to the gentleman. Now I recognize the ranking member, Mr. Green, 5 minutes for opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, and thank all of you for being here today, and our witnesses particularly. I want to particularly thank a former colleague of ours, now Commissioner Mike Kreidler, who he and I started our service in Congress together a few years ago when we both had dark hair. But again, welcome to all our panel, and particularly to our former colleague. 5 years ago, Congress acted upon the principle that in America, health care is not a privilege for a few, but a right for all. Since then, the Affordable Care Act has been implemented and reforms have taken place, and there are dramatic successes and some challenges. But no doubt the law is working. It has changed and even saved American lives. It has set this country on a smarter, stronger path. Since the ACA was enacted, over 16.4 million Americans gained Affordable Health Care Act. 129 million Americans who now could have been denied coverage prior to the ACA's passage now have access. The uninsured rate is at a historic low. For the first time in 50 years, rising health care prices have been slowed. Savings on health care costs of $12 billion resulted between 2010 and 2013. Both of the number of hospital-acquired conditions and patient harms have notably dropped since 2010. In short, access to affordable insurance is up, the uninsured rate is down, and the quality of care continues to improve. The ACA is working. It's true the ACA continues to achieve positive outcomes, but it's also true there's no such thing as a perfect law. There are many opportunities for us to come together and constructively build on the ACA's successes. After more than 50 votes to repeal or weaken the law, multiple politically motivated challenges before the Supreme Court, I'm pleased to be here with my colleagues working in a bipartisan basis to improve the law. One opportunity for improvement is the subject of today's hearing, the small group market. For too long, the small group health insurance market has been volatile, subject to increasing financial strain. Between 2000 and 2010, the percentage of small firms that provided health insurance plans to their employees dropped from 43% to 33%. In response to this trend, the ACA addressed the small group insurance market to extend consumer protections to even more Americans and to provide long-term stability in a historically broken marketplace. The ACA helped small business insurance be more affordable and created a small business health options program called SHOP Marketplaces. SHOP was designed to improve the employee choice and plan offerings and grow risk pools. We have seen steady improvements in our small employer market since the enactment of ACA. Enrollment is increasing, more firms are entering the market, and employees have new choices and consumer protections. Small group health insurance markets have traditionally been defined as firms with 50 or few employees. Beginning next year, the definition will expand to companies with up to 100 employees.